Dungeons. We are told that they are underground secret realms buried deep in harsh environments such as mountains and wilderness. And different races like dragon, demons and other monsters appears frequently inside those dungeons. And they are very dangerous, like this pink-haired succubus here. And these dungeons attracts countless adventurers. After all, if they successfully cleared those dungeons, they can take away countless treasures. And not only treasures, but after clearing the dungeons, they also gain huge fame. Maybe this is the case for humans, but it was different for the monsters in those dark dungeons. Not only they have to endure their dark lives in those dungeons, but they also have to be on guard against those adventurers, because they suddenly breaks into the monsters' houses and plunder their treasures. And if the adventurers didn't succeed in clearing the dungeons, they went back and curses the monsters of the dungeons. And our MC also lives in one of those dungeons, and he is a dragon. Before he got reincarnated, he was also a nerd who once dominated a game and loot someone else's dungeon. And now he has his own dungeon and he is a dragon. And now he is called the Great Sage, even though he has the power to destroy the world. But he just wants to stay in his dungeon and protect the piles of treasures that belongs to him. Someone comes to him, informing him about an elf woman and her party, and they have break into their dungeon. MC gets ready to go and finish them off with his dangerous breath. Then he stops himself, even though he has the power to finish those adventurers in one breath. But doing so will expose his existence. And if that happens, more people will come to hunt him down. And not only people, some great sages or mages will also come along with them. And wave after wave, they will come to harass him endlessly. And that will be a pain in the butt for him. And if they manage to kill him, they will take all his treasures, and what's more, someone might hung his head for display. So to not let that happen, he gets ready to think of a better way. He gets ready to transform himself into human form and scare those humans away. He doesn't want them to know that there is a dragon in that dungeon. But his transformation was too obvious. He couldn't hide his tail. He starts to think about what type of monster he should transform into. Then he gets a brilliant idea. He is going to turn himself into that green monster. He transformed himself into an orc. Then he gets ready to teach those intruders some lessons. And the intruders are a group of 4 adventurers. And one of the adventurers, the elf lady, she is a princess, her name is Elfria. And they are there to clear the dungeon and add another highlight to the princess adventure resume. And they have already defeated a lot of monsters of that dungeon. However, the princess is disappointed that there are no orcs in that dungeon, which surprises the red-hair lady, thinking why the princess is talking about the most foul-smelling green-skinned orc, who have no brains. Princess is eager about them because she has only seen orcs in books before, and she wants to meet orcs in real life. The red-hair lady informs her that the orcs were killed hundreds of years ago. However, the princess is just curious about orcs, because she has heard from someone that legend has it that every orc is the embodiment of evil desire. And if caught by them, they will do all sorts of evil things to them. Just thinking about it makes her excited. She too wants to be caught by those orcs so they can do all sorts of play with her. And just the thought of it is making her blush. And the red-hair lady seems to have misunderstood something here. She is thinking that the princess hates those dirty and depraved orcs. The boys notices the orc and are shocked to see that it's actually the legendary orc. They have never seen one before. And someone is super happy and excited to know that it's actually an orc. Now her pervy dreams will come true. The big orc comes toward them with his big weapon. However, the adventurers are still not scared because there is only one orc and there are 4 of them. And they are all silver rank adventurer. MC tries to scare them. Then he notices that there is actually an elf princess in that group. And if he accidentally kill her, the entire kingdom will come for him. And to not let that happen, he gets ready to perform a few rounds with them and pretend to be dead afterwards, and let them take few of his mountains of treasures. Then he notices that they are all at the silver rank, but still dared to come fight with him. They starts to attack him, and he just sit there so they can easily kill him. However, their attacks are not even scratching him. Now he is frustrated because they are too weak, and he doesn't know how to act in this play anymore. And seeing that the monster is still not dead even after their strong attacks, the 3 gets ready to unleash their ultimate attacks. And MC is also looking forward to their ultimate attack, so that he can at least play his part. The elf princess knocks the 3 with her magic, and MC is confused thinking what that princess is trying to accomplish by knocking her party members. Elfria then uses her teleportation magic to teleport those 3 to somewhere. And now she has teleported those 3, she is excited thinking what the orc will do to her. She calls the orc to come at her. This super shock and confuse the orc. Showing him her huge melons, she tells him to attack her and do his thing. Because he is an orc and she is an elf, and elf women are the prey of the orcs. Now this is rising something in the orc, RMC. She sits on the ground and calls him to come at her because she has been waiting for this day for 5 years. Now she is like an animal in heat waiting for someone to quench her heat. And MC is dumbfounded by that horny elf, who is spreading in front of him, asking him to take out his Excalibur and stab her right now. And the horny elf princess is in total heat, dripping right now. Just the thought of Mr. Orc attacking her is making her so excited, and she is wide open right now. FYI, this is not a hentai manhwa. Next, the princess is on her knees and is ready to accept Mr. Orc's gun. And poor MC is confused about what to do with this horny elf. If he kills her, his peaceful dungeon life will definitely be over. He drops the thought of killing her, so what is he going to do with her? Just fulfill her wish, bro. And seeing him talking, Elfria is surprised that the orc can actually talk, and she can understand him. He is speaking the common language of the mainland, and now she is getting mad because the orc is not attacking her. She throws herself on him, begs him to attack her, and starts to rub herself onto him, tells him to attack her, do his job as an orc who likes to attack elves. MC asks her where did she learn or see those kind of things. She shows him the book called The Elf Princess and 70 Orcs, and she learned from it how the orcs treat elves women when they captures them. And the story in the book goes like this: that there was an elf princess who left her kingdom in anger because of a quarrel with the queen. Then she was attacked by 70 orcs on the road. They made her eat some kind of fruit that made her body become strange. After that, all the 70 orcs killed her from back and forth. Later, the 70 orcs also captured a human princess, and they killed the human princess and the elf princess together. At the end of the story, even the elf queen was captured by the 70 orcs. The orcs killed the human princess, the elf princess, and queen all together. MC stops this nonsense story of hers, and he is shocked thinking where did this kind of book came from? It's a total hentai. Elfria informs him that it came from the library of her elf kingdom, and the author of the book is the high priest of the elf kingdom. This super shocked Mr. Orc. He never thought that this kind of elf is a high priest of the elf kingdom, and surprisingly the kingdom is still standing. And seeing him angry like that, she wonders if he is going to attack her finally. She tells him to go ahead and attack her, she is ready anytime. MC tells her to stop her pervy act, and he is not going to attack her. However, she notices that even though he is saying that he won't attack her, but his Excalibur is saying something else, and she knew that with a hot body like her, Mr. Orc will definitely attack her. She starts to rub on him again, telling him to unleash his instincts, and MC is feeling sorry for her, thinking that the little princess's little brain must have been severely damaged. Otherwise, how could a princess have such strange thoughts? And seeing her only interested in orcs, he gets ready to tell her his true identity. However, he is the abyss demonic dragon, and his race is rare super life form in all other races, and in the world, his race is on the same level as the legendary angels and great demons. He then controls his thoughts if he tells her his true identity, and once the word spreads that there is an abyss dragon in the dungeon, he will have to deal with endless trouble. And he is scared to let her go too, because she will definitely come back for sure. Now she has leave him no choice. There is only one way, and that is to lock her up, and she is an elf princess. Her companions will definitely come to rescue her soon, and at that time, he will play with them for a few rounds, and play dead after that. And he is sure that this time, his plan to play dead will definitely work. Just the thought of it is making him laugh in a weird way. And seeing that smile, Elfria is sure that that's the orc's iconic savage and lewd smile. And seeing that smile, she is unable to hold herself back. MC pulls out a handcuff, cuff her up, and carries her on his shoulder. And she is liking this feeling of being on his huge big muscle body. And she is sure that he must have used this same method to treat other elves before her. And this is making our MC mad because he didn't cuff her, she put that handcuff on by herself. And seeing him angry and frustrated like that, she gets ready to relieve his stress if he wants her to. MC handles her more roughly after hearing that. However, the horny princess is liking it more. Now he has had enough. He throws her inside the cell. And Elfria is finding this plot more and more similar to that of the book. This is the standard scene from the book where the orcs attack the princess in the prison together, and she wonders how he is going to attack her, roughly tear off her garments and turn her into his slave. Listening to her nonsense story is too much for our MC. He leaves from there, and Elfria understood what he is trying to do here. He is playing the play hard to get game. Let her slowly suffer in that dungeon, break her body and soul, and then he will suddenly appears and break down her psychological defense in one fell swoop. Then she will become a miserable woman, and will begs him to give his Excalibur to her every day. Just the thought of it is making her super excited. But then she notices that the prison is just made of ordinary materials. She can easily escape from there. And that's why Mr. Orc locked her there, so she can escape, which will save him a lot of trouble. She uses her little force and almost break the iron bar. She tries to get out, but her lower body gets stuck. Now she finally understands what Mr. Orc was trying to do. He wanted her to get stuck on those bar, so he can have his way with her in that position. Now she wonders what will happen if an orc happened to be passing by there and saw the stuck female elf. and seeing her nice juicy, round 2 cherries, she wonders what will they do to her. Just the thought of it is making her excited again, and she thanks herself for reading that book. If it wasn't for the book, she wouldn't have known the deep meaning of Mr. Orc's move. This elf princess have broke the wall and now she is beyond saving. Poor princess. This is what happens when you read the wrong books. MC returns back to his throne chamber, mentally exhausted. It was a great misfortune for him to encounter such a strange elf. He changes into his dragon human form, sits on his throne thinking he wanted to live a peaceful life as an otaku in another world. But now it has become so difficult for him. One of the monster comes rushing to him and informs him that the elf woman is trying to escape from the prison. MC gets happy with the news that monster brought. However, the monster also informs him that the elf seemed little strange. She seems to have stuck, and asks his lord to go and have a look. MC changes into his orc form and gets ready to go and see what that horny elf is doing this time. The elf princess who is stuck in the prison is asking for help. She notices Mr. Orc coming there, and she is sure that after seeing her like this, he will definitely attack her. He comes in front of her, and she is ready for the punishment for trying to escape. He grabs the bar, and she is getting super happy and excited, thinking that the orc has finally come to attack her. However, Mr. Orc helps her to break those bars, and since those bars were supporting her body, with those bars gone, she falls on the ground. MC reminds her of how serious situation she is in right now. But she doesn't care about any of that. She just wants him to punish her and kill her with his Excalibur. Meanwhile, outside the dungeon, the 3 party members were teleported outside the dungeon. The red-haired lady wakes up and starts to look for her princess. The 2 guys wakes up too and are confused thinking how did they get outside of the dungeon? And their princess is not there. They gets ready to go back and save their princess. The red-haired lady stops the boys, because after the fight with the orc, she realized that their strength is not enough to defeat that orc. So to save their princess, they gets ready to go back to the city called Pylon City and hire some adventurers who are at the golden rank. And if they can give more money, red-haired lady is sure that they can even manage to bring the master-level city protector Sage Melissa. They gets ready to go back to the city and bring back the Sage Melissa. Next, Sage Melissa is making some potion. She is adding some beetle and frog in the potion. Her disciple comes to her and informs her about the elf princess who was captured in an underground city or dungeon outside the Pylon City, and her party members are asking for Melissa to rescue their princess. But Melissa doesn't care about those elves because she is busy with her potion. She then adds some monster's head in that potion to give it a finished touch. However, she is still missing something for her potion to be complete, and that is a body part of a dragon. And she came to that city because she heard that there was a dragon in that city. That's why she came to that city and became the city guardian. But after so many years, she haven't seen a single scale of a dragon. And now she has finished her potion. She asks her student Akol to taste her potion, her nutritious potion. However, her student doesn't want to because she knows that after drinking that potion, she will either be paralyzed or be killed. But her master informs her not to worry because this time there is absolutely nothing wrong with her potion. However, she is not believing her teacher because she said that every time. She said the same thing last time, and after drinking some potion, she turned into a sea fish. Not even a mermaid, but a sea fish. Then again, her master gave her some potion, and she had diarrhea and was crazy for a week. Then again, her teacher gave her some kind of potion, which make her to spit flame out from her mouth. Not breathe flame but spit flame. She tries to save herself and runs from there. She is not believing in her master's potion again. But her master is not going to let her escape that easily. And for disobeying the teacher gets ready to punish her. She uses some kind of magic to bring forth some tentacles, which then binds the poor student. After that, master forcefully open her mouth and stuff her mouth with that potion. And God knows what that potion will do to her. Alfrea party members comes there to seek help from Melissa, but they get shocked to see the sight in front of them. Melissa informs them that she has no intention of involving herself in the affairs of elves. Then she notices something from that red-haired lady. She comes to the red-haired lady and notices the smell coming from her is very special. Melissa smells her thoroughly, and dang, her melons are too big. She then jiggles, because the smell, it's very familiar smell to her. Red-haired lady seems to have understand something here after seeing the disciple in those tentacles. She gets ready to sacrifice herself to save her princess. She starts to remove her robe, and gets ready to do whatever Melissa wants her to do. And boys are shocked that red hair is ready to get in those tentacles to save their princess. But as long as she can save her princess, she is ready to pay any price, and asks Melissa to attack her with her testicles. I mean tentacles. Why these elves are so pervy, man. Even the boys gets ready to get those tentacles, if they can save their princess. Melissa stops them and informs them that she has no interest in doing such lewd things with them. All she is interested is in the smell on the red-haired lady's body, because she is 101% sure that it's the smell of a dragon. And what's more, just from the smell, she noticed that it has strong aura of depravity, madness, and raging violence. She wonders what type of dragon is it? Is it a black dragon, magic dragon, abyss dragon, or another more powerful dragon species? She came to that city because she heard that there was a giant dragon there. And now the legend has turned out to be true. She is surprised that those 3 elves come in contact with a living dragon. But they don't know that many of her potions were delayed and made little progress because she doesn't have the material from the dragon. But now, she knows that there is a living dragon around the Pylon City, so her potion research this time will be a total success. She gets ready to help the elves and rescue the princess. Red Hair thanks her for helping them. She gets ready to make sure that Melissa will gain the most noble friendship from their elves. Then something happened with Melissa's disciple. This time, she turns into a frog. And Melissa is confused about what went wrong with her potion this time to turn her disciple into a frog. But soon, her potion will become a big success with the help of the dragon. Next, a large group of soldiers are on their way to rescue the elf princess, and Melissa is leading them. People of the city are confused and surprised to see such a large group of soldiers going somewhere. However, one of the citizens have heard about what happened. He informs the people that the elf princess was captured by the dungeon monsters, and these soldiers are going to rescue her. And Melissa herself organized a team to rescue the elf princess. They are surprised that Melissa, the strongest mage of their city, is personally going to rescue the elf princess. They are sure that she will rescue that elf princess. After all, Melissa is the strongest mage, who killed thousands of monsters with just some random spell. But what the people of the city is interested in is the elf princess who was captured by the monsters. They are having their own imagination of what the monsters are doing to the elf princess. Next, Melissa noticed that there are too many people in that group. There are the Knight Orders who are always ready to protect Lady Melissa, and the Mage Order, who are going to do their best for Lady Melissa. And even the brave warriors of Dwarven are ready with their weapon to slay their enemy for their Lady Melissa. However, Melissa have different plans. She just now realized that there are too many people, and if that's the case, she will have to share her precious dragon with these people. So she gets ready to blast them when they reach near the dragon's lair. However, blasting them all will be too much because they can die in that blast, and she doesn't want that. She gets ready to do hypnosis, but there is still one problem, that the knights and the priest of the church are immune to hypnosis. She gets ready to kill them all. No further thinking needed. Red Hair Lady informs Melissa that she will need to pay attention to something very important, that the orc can use space teleportation magic. She noticed that because when the orc came to them, they are knocked unconscious for some reason and were forcibly teleported outside the dungeon. This surprises Melissa. She never thought that orc can use space magic, but this has given her a new idea, and that is to use the space magic and teleport those people hundreds of kilometers away. But that the dragon in the dungeon will be left to her disposal. She thanks the red-haired lady for informing her such an important info. She then uses some kind of speed magic spell and hurried to the dungeon where the dragon is. Next in the dungeon, where the dragon, our MC has tidied up his room and is thinking about what to do with that elf princess. After seeing her action, he is 100% sure that she is an M. So if he keeps her in worse environment, she will like it more. So he gets ready to keep her in a nice place, a place where elves shall lives. He makes an elf-style living room, and even creates some trees to make it look like a forest. He gets ready to throw her there, in that cleanest and nicest place where an elf princess should live, and he will wait for the people to come to rescue her, and begin his plan to play dead. And the rescue team are on their way. Next, the princess is tearing her clothes. So when her Mr. Orc comes back, he will ravage her after seeing her like that. After that, she then binds herself with that piece of cloth, ready for her Mr. Orc to just come and do his thing. And she is super excited right now because she is just one step closer to complete depravity. Now all she has to do is wait for her Mr. Orc, and when he comes, he will drag her away like a slave. That's what she is thinking and is excited about it. MC comes to there, and she is still talking to herself saying she has now become Mr. Orc's slave. MC then breaks the bar again and gets ready to take her somewhere else. And she is already having her imagination on how he is going to take her or drag her from that cell to another more cruel cell, constrained by whips, candles, and wooden horses. He will then torture her day and night and break her mind, body, and soul. However, he brings her to a very nice place, which surprises her not because it's beautiful or something, but she is feeling like that place is an elf ranch. Seeing such a large room and elf-style decoration, she is sure that that place is made to raise more elves, just like human raising dairy cows to create dairy ranches. She is sure that Mr. Orc wants to build an elf ranch so that he can collect more beautiful elf women, erase their humanity and reason, leaving only their female instinct of animals. She asks Mr. Orc if he has already planning to capture her sister, mother, and aunt there and raise them in captivity. She wonders if he is also planning to capture male elves too. MC stops her pervy questions and asks where is she getting these kind of ideas. She shows it to him, the place or the thing that she get those ideas from. One of the monster comes and informs MC that a large number of invaders suddenly appeared outside the dungeon. And what worse, a sage-level adventurer is leading them. MC didn't expect a sage-level adventurer to come, and they came so quickly. And horny princess is ready to let him attack and be the first one to be attacked on that elf ranch. MC stops her and informs her that some people have come to rescue her. Outside the dungeon, Melissa is feeling the aura of a dragon, and she is super sure that this is definitely the aura of a dragon. Disciples suggest her that it's better to take rest before going in. However, the warriors are not tired at all. They are full of energies and can even tear apart 10 orcs by themselves. And since they are all full of energies, Melissa gets ready to charge in. And her disciple is finding it very strange that her master actually agreed to come to rescue the elf princess. Her master, who normally doesn't even bother to respond to the emperor's request, she actually agreed to help those elves. She is finding it very suspicious. Master gives her a dead look, saying smart people live longer by staying silent, and so do frogs. Her disciple closes her mouth, not even a word come out after that. Inside the dungeon, Elfria is mad that some people actually came to rescue her. She suggests they shall elope together, but Mr. Orc thinks it's too late for that. Bro is strong, he hasn't melted yet in front of that horny elf. But I think he also knows that if he melts, she will then melt him literally. He gets ready to go and meet with those people, but Princess stops him from doing that, and she doesn't want to leave him, she wants to be with him. Next, Melissa is killing monsters with her magic, and knights and mages are shocked, thinking if they are even needed. When the warriors tries to attack the monster, she kills their prey by her magic, and now they are kinda getting scared after seeing this side of her. MC comes outside with his horny princess, and everyone in the rescue team are shocked to see that it's actually an orc. And some are even saying that they have met the purpose of their life. That is to see an orc once in their life, because orcs are legend, who are supposed to be disappeared hundreds of years ago. Elfria is mad her Mr. Orc because she doesn't want to go with the rescue team. The red-haired lady, and her name is Sue, she gets ready to free the princess from the clutch of that green monster, asks the monster to give their princess back, and as she wished, she gives their princess back. She slams on the floor with a huge cherry, and seems like she has hurt herself. Seeing her princess in pain, Sue comes to her to help her. However, the princess slaps her hand away, and tells her that she doesn't want to return, and will stay with Mr. Orc, because she wants to cherish this opportunity. Sue is shocked, thinking what does their princess even mean by that? Elfria informs them that Mr. Orc is very kind to her and she likes to be with him, so she will stay with him in that dungeon for forever. And she has already planned about how many babies she is going to have with Mr. Orc, and she will be his bride for the rest of her life. Poor man doesn't even know what to say here now, she is just too strange for him. Sue grabs her and tries to bring her back to herself, but this is her true self. Sue doesn't have a chance to bring her back. Elfria creates some kind of thorny vines, creates a wall with it, and tells Sue that if she continues to step forward, their relationship will change from friends to enemies. Sue is coked that her princess is going to this length for that bastard orc. She has forgot their childhood friendship, how they grew together from childhood to adulthood, their adventure from the kingdom to other places of the world. Just for that orc, one tear of sadness flows down her eyes, and she promises that she will not let her princess go like this. It will definitely not be like this. People are shocked to see that the elf princess is so shameless to actually have such twisted emotions towards orcs. Sue is sure that it's the doing of the orc that her princess is like this. She is sure that it's hypnosis, mind control, personality change, cognitive change, done by that orc. And one of the mages have heard about a small book about the elf princess, and this kind of thing was described in that book. And Sue seems to have heard about that book too. And in that book, a princess was captured by an orc. The orc then mind break her and turn her into his slave. And when people came to rescue her, the orc brought her in front of those people and showed them the elf princess who has now turned into his slave. This makes Sue super mad. She gets ready to rescue her princess no matter what. And MC is liking this passionate scene. He was waiting for them to boil with anger so he can execute his plan. The warriors charges toward the orc to finish him and rescue the princess. And MC is also openly accepting their attacks, and it's going according to his plan. The people will kill him and rescue the princess, and they will clear the dungeon too. Then the dungeon will turn into a deserted cave, and from then on, there will only be the legends about the brave heroes who rescued the princess from the orc, and they cleared the dungeon. With this news, no one will come to his dungeon again. The warriors jumps at him with their weapons, and he is ready to act or pretend to be dead. However, Melissa casts some high-class teleportation magic, which teleported all the people from the dungeon, and once again MC's plan failed. He looks at the sage-level mage, Melissa, asking why she teleported the others. Melissa then introduces herself to him, and she calls him Mr. Dragon, which surprises the disciple. She is confused why her master is calling the orca dragon, and master is also surprised that her disciple didn't get teleported. And now she has seen and heard their conversation. Disciple jumps off from her master's shoulder saying she saw nothing and heard nothing. And Elfria is also confused why Melissa is calling her Mr. Orc, Mr. Dragon. Melissa is also surprised that the elf princess doesn't know the true identity of the orc gentleman standing by her side. And since the cat is out of the back, MC gets ready to show them his true form, and changes into his human dragon form. And now he wonders if the princess still have feelings for him after knowing his true form. And yeah, poor princess's dream has been shattered. Melissa comes to him sniffing him, and after sniffing him, she is sure that he is definitely the demon dragon with a pure bloodline that cannot be more pure. And now after knowing that he is a dragon, the horny princess is liking him even more. Because dragons, they not only forcibly rob beautiful women among humans, elves and dwarves, even animals and monsters are not spread. The aesthetics and debauchery of the dragon clan transcends other races, and she has also heard that the dragon horse beast, dragon sheep, sub-dragon lizard, wyvern, sub-dragon turtle are the various sub-dragon species with dragon blood, and are said to be deprived from the blood of the lustful dragons. She also shows the sign how the dragon made those sub-dragon species. Even as dragon, MC didn't know that the turtle was the product of one of the dragon's seed, and she has also heard that every creature kidnapped by the dragon will become a sad, deplorable, pitiful, and enviable piece of meat. And now even Melissa is shocked seeing the princess like that. Originally, she wanted to have a life like the princess and 70 orcs, but now that idea is gone down the river, she is now getting excited to become the bride of a dragon, and turned into a ruthless production machine for the dragon, and be his egg machine. He will ravage her day and night and made her lay his eggs every day. Melissa is surprised that the ideas in the mind of the elf princess is totally different from the mainstream of the elf race. MC then asks Melissa for her visit. Before he thought that she came rescue the princess, but her action says otherwise. She informs him that the magic potions she wants to refine requires the product of the dragon's organs. She is trying to make the most powerful zero-stimulating potion. One drop can make a person's body extremely sensitive, and the main ingredient of that potion is the body fluids of the dragon. She searched for a living dragon on the entire continent, but there has been no living dragon for more than 500 years. Unexpectedly, she felt the breath of dragon from the princess's companions 2 days ago. Disciple comes to her asking if she is going to slay that dragon, and if she wants to slay the dragon. MC gets ready to see how strong Melissa. However, Melissa has no plan of slaying him because he is way too strong for her, which shocked the disciple that the dragon is more powerful than her master, and excited the horny princess. Just the thought of her future husband being stronger than the sage Melissa is making her so excited that she is dripping. Since she doesn't want to kill him, he gets ready to kill her and silent her, and Melissa is sure that he can't do that, and she is there to get materials from him. And it's not through fight, but through exchange. However, Mr. Dragon doesn't think that she has something that can outmatch the treasure that he has in his treasure mountain. She knows that too. That's why she gets ready to do one thing for him if he gives her his bodily fluids. And she is sure that he doesn't want others to know that there is a dragon in that dungeon. And if he kills a human sage there, the entire eyes of the entire continent will be focused on that dungeon. And she is not saying this as a threat, she is making a deal. And thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, then please do 1K likes for next part. And stay tuned because next is going to be a big kaboom.